Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Let's Play Dark Souls. If you want to skip this first part and head right into me getting murdered in the game, just click here. But if you want to learn about the intro to the game, the opening cinematic, I will be explaining it now. Alright, so, lore first. Let's talk about this opening. Since Will in the comments asked about Nito, the first of the dead, I figured I should cover everyone from the intro. And I'll try to make everything more clear about the opening. So, as the opening said, this world started as a world of darkness, archtrees, and dragons. To clarify, for when this comes up later, this is a dragon, this is a wyvern, and this is a drake. Dragons are the godly super creatures of old. Wyverns are the distant cousins of the dragons. No info on where they came from, though. They are in the game, and they are some of the most powerful enemies you'll encounter, rivaling the hit points and attack abilities of some of the bosses. Drakes are normal enemies in the game, found in the Valley of the Drakes later on. They're still flippin' hard to kill. So, back to before wyverns and drakes, there were more than just dragons. As the first flame appeared, other entities who were scrounging to survive in a world of god dragons began to see, or they just came into being. It's hard to tell since there's no real reference in the game about where they came from or whether they existed before or after the flame. There's no explanation as to where the first flame came from, other than it just started existing. Now, the souls of lords are found inside the flame by these sort of proto-human, or perhaps more properly, pygmy-human creatures. The lord souls are powered by this first flame. Whether the first flame is located somewhere, like in the world, or it's actually absorbed into these lord souls is unclear to me, but thankfully it probably doesn't really matter. Alright, so we've got the 5 major players here. We've got Nito, the Witch of Izalith, Lord Gwyn, the Furtive Pygmy, and Seath the Scaleless. Now, out of these 5, the first 4 have Lord Souls. I make the assumption that once these creatures obtained their Lord Souls, they spent some time evolving into what the story makes them in the opening. So, in the time between gaining the Lord Souls and attacking the dragons, Nito probably formed after the first dead absorbed the power of a Lord Soul. Or perhaps the first flame killed some of the pygmy humans that first found it. His soul is described as one of the most powerful souls in its description, which may lead me to believe that would explain why he might be the first to have obtained a Lord Soul. Lord Gwyn, I assume, since he is the biggest leader in the story, decided that he was tired of playing second to all these super powerful dragon creatures, and amassed an army, probably by uplifting more of those pygmy humans into your standard humans, to serve him and fight the dragons with the power of his Lord Soul. The Witch of Izalith either created her daughters directly with her Lord Soul, or perhaps uplifted them from the pygmies. Maybe they were family before the first flame? Who knows? Finally, the Furtive Pygmy. So easily forgotten. As his name suggests, in case you don't know, furtive means attempting to avoid notice or attention, typically because of guilt or a belief that discovery will lead to trouble, which kind of informs the reason he doesn't show up ever again. He, however, plays a much, much larger role. So the pygmy hid from the others, not wanting a part in their plans of conquest as they formed. His name of pygmy also led me to call all the proto-human creatures pygmies, because in the world of Dark Souls, size actually seems to matter when it comes to your actual level of power. The bigger you are, the more power resides in your soul, at least in a more proto sense, like the way it was at the beginning of the world, like in this opening. The bigger you are, the more power resides in your soul, and the first flame in general. This idea may or may not be confirmed in Dark Souls 2, but I'll go into it more as we go along our adventure if I can remember to. So, Lord Gwyn, after gaining his army, probably attacked the dragons and was defeated. Probably. I assume this because why else would he accept help from a dragon? Seath the Scaleless came to Gwyn and said,
Hey Gwyn, you want to know the secret of why you can't kill the dragons?
And Gwyn is like, yes, what do you want in return?
I want to be a player.
Gwyn, of course, accepted his offer. Seath told him the scales of the dragons are what make them immortal. Seath knew this all too well because, as his name suggests, he is scaleless, a deformed god. The dragons wouldn't let him figure out a way to become immortal on his own, but Gwyn thought, hey, why not? And so the deal was forged. Gwyn then used this knowledge, and probably more that Seath told him, to create fantastic lightning bolts that were able to pierce the dragon's scales. As Gwyn led his full frontal assault on the dragons, the Witch of Izalith and her girls burned down the dragon's homes, the arch trees. A fantastic feat if you realize how flippin' huge the trees are. And of course, Nito unleashed a horrible miasma of death and disease on the land, making sure that the dragons would have nowhere to hide. And that was the beginning of the Age of Fire. Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls Lore Edition. Okay, I'm dizzy now. Alright, so we left off last time having completed the tutorial section of the game, and we are now here at the Firelink Shrine. A glorious place. And a fantastic... a testament to level design, really. But, enough about how awesome this is in terms of its level design, because it connects multiple sections of the game into this hub area seamlessly in real space. Holy crap. Enough of that. Shh. Who's this guy? I don't know who he is. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Wait, what are we laughing about? No. So, this guy, I can't remember his name. I think it's Wayward Soldier or something. But, at least that's his, name in lieu of having an actual name. This guy's been sitting here for a while. And as you can tell, he seems to have maybe given up on life a little bit. Or, given up on his adventure. So, foreshadowing. This is, another interesting thing about this area. the first time I played the game, I never even noticed this path. The game deliberately and undeliberately, well, and unintentionally hides things from you. So sometimes there are actually magical illusions that hide things in the game, and sometimes there's just literal foliage that's keeping you from seeing where you're going. But this area is a little bit interesting because it does provide a shortcut to one of the areas in the game, but also this lady here, who is another important element of lore. Why can't you speak? Goodbye. She is actually the Firekeeper. Now, these bonfires, the major bonfires are kept lit by the souls of devoted followers of Lord Gwyn. So, she was basically, well, hired, but in this case it's probably more like enslaved to keep this bonfire lit with her soul. So she's slowly killing herself to keep this this flame lit and keep the world alight with light. Now, why she's down there trapped, we don't know. But there is a way to find out in game, and I won't tell you unless we get there. So let's, or if I fail. So that's depressing right there. Jeez. Hey, humanity. More humanity. Everyone loves humanity. Alright, I'm trying to remember the controls. Whee! Who's this guy?
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Okay. Now, an interesting thing about the conversations that you have with people is they're not always the end of the conversation if someone, doesn't talk to you for whatever reason. Sometimes you can reinitiate conversation.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Awesome! I got a copper coin! A useless currency! So, he's just trying to, make it seem like he's a cool dude. And sure enough, I suppose, at this point in the game, he certainly does seem like a cool dude. However, when you're an undead, you can't, you don't really always want to trust them very much. Hey, it's the bird that brought us over here. I love that guy. He's cool. Always there for you. Very supportive of your endeavors. So, I am now on my way to the easiest part of the opening of the game. Oh, crap. I just realized I don't have my HUD on. This is not good. I actually really like having my HUD off. I was doing some recording earlier, getting some drakes and wyverns and stuff with another character that I started called Vivi, who I made specifically so that I could run ahead of what Court Landoun here is up to. So I actually better turn that on before I die. Alright, there we go. We're good. Okay. I can see if I... Oh man, I am almost dead. Only got hit like once or twice. Oh, jeez. Woo! Oh. Oh, jeez. Haha. All right. Intense. Whee! While I'm down here, I'll show off a little bit more of this area. So there's this knight here. Big old dick hole with a shield. Oh hey, drop something. Ah, nothing. Nothing good. Alright, so this is actually kind of an interesting example. You'll always see something off in the distance, and you'll be like, oh man, how do I get over there? And this particular case, it's actually just run and jump. And you're like, oh man, this is going to be a little tight. And that's part of the fun of Dark Souls, is that the developer really is sort of trolling you the whole game. Alright, let's see if I can get back. Oh boy. Whoa. Wrong button. Whoa, shh. Man, I've unintentionally almost killed myself 2 times in the last 30 seconds. Yay! Not even close to being the record. So we got this guy over here that we saw. He has a soul of lost undead. Now, you can get humanity off of some people, and you sometimes get souls, and then sometimes items. And that is a giant rat. Now, this rat is actually kind of interesting because it tells some of the lore behind the item drops of a normal rat and the way it operates. So, as an undead creature, I believe the giant rat is an undead creature, it craves humanity and souls. So, as you can see here, it was trying to feed on this dude who has souls, but sometimes this rat will drop humanity, which just, you know, via game mechanics actually describes what the rat wants and collects and eats, basically, which I find incredibly cool. Hey, but oh geez, you can jump. Eat sword. Barrels. Hey, buddy. Wanna come over here? Wanna play? Wanna play? Oh, shit. Come on, Buster. Buster Brown. There we go. Ambushes everywhere. It's just kind of a rule. In Dark Souls, ambushes are the status quo. And down there... Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can tell, but right there, see that guy hanging off a ledge? He's just sitting there waiting for me to come down there. I could go down there, but there's nothing particularly important with the lore down there. There's just dudes hanging off ledges waiting to ambush people. Traverse the white light. Grab some souls. Run up some stairs. Run up some stairs and go, holy shit! Okay. I love that. So that's there basically to go, hey, guess what? There are dragons about. And hiya. Oh. Oh, come on. Alright. This area, I usually get very impatient in. Because there's so many guys that you have to very carefully dispatch. This place. So before I rest at that bonfire, I'm going to take a trip over to the merchant. Say hi. Hey guys, how's it hanging? Ha! Hey, Titanite shard, that's great. Eat it! Alright. See what I said by hidden? Also, this game just loves doing that so much. Of course, it also gets to the point where you're like, this guy, you'd probably attack him on sight because you're so nervous. But I don't know. He looks friendly enough, right? Friendly, like a friendly merchant.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale. Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
So, this guy, I don't know if you can tell or not, but he is obviously going a little bonkers. But he is staying non-hollow via being a merchant and trading for souls. Let's see here. What can I get from this guy? Yes, I should buy that. And fire bombs are useful. The residence key is actually... I don't need that, do I? I've got the master key. But he sells weapons and stuff. But one of the cool things about weapons is, like, if I look at... Let's see here, toggle the display here. Ah, here we go. A club with a leather nailed into the pommel. The Berg Undead Merchant proudly peddles this club, but its reinforcement is shoddy. Indeed, its attack is stronger, but the club is no longer dependably sturdy. Which is incredibly great because it's actually, like, designed to be sold by this guy. If you look at the stats here, the durability is only like 100, and the physical attack is 97, which is, you know, better than the club, but its durability is 250. So, I find that so cool about this game, is that they put all this work into the descriptions to let you know what an item is and what its lore is. Alrighty, I better get out of here. You're probably all bored. Yes, thank you kindly, merchant guy. And if I wanted to, I could totally murder him. But I don't particularly want to. What screwed up in his head? That's one of my few complaints about the game is the hilarious Havoc physics engine dead bodies flopping about. And this is actually really interesting too, because coming down this way and coming back up this side, you come back over here and you realize that you're back over in this starting area. And if I don't know if I can position the camera right, but see that little doorway down there? Before I crossed this bridge to get harassed by a drake, a wyvern, whatever, I could have tried to jump across this, and I probably would have failed and fallen down on the bricks down there. But now that I'm up here, try jumping. All right, let's give this a shot. Woo! Break stuff. Yeah. And then you end up in this cool secret spot. And you get a crossbow, which is nice. I'll just jump down here. And I want to grab one more thing. Oh, crap. Oh, geez, where'd you come from? Holy crap. Where did he come from? Is that what I was hearing earlier that I thought I saw? Okay. So that is an example right there of being able to cheat the environment a little bit. Because normally, like, you can't get up there. I mean, if you don't time it correctly, your roll isn't going to help you, and you have to jump, and you could do it wrong, maybe. But going through that area... Oh, that's a great view of all the ambush dudes. If I'd gone down to the area with the ambush dudes, that comes back up and over to that. Now, I can skip all of them. And down there, there's an item, but that is actually rubbish. I mean, it is literally the item rubbish. What the awesome... Oh no, I broke... Oh no. Okay. So this... I clicked on this this sign here left by some player, and yeah, imminent death. That is almost every point in this game. Yeah, that is correct. All right, so light this bonfire, and the interesting thing about this is a bonfire that is unkept by a bonfire person, and I think what's basically happening is I'm lighting it with my soul, but I'm not really spending any in-game currency. I'm just lighting it up, and I can kindle the bonfire using humanity, which lowers my humanity count, but lets the bonfire restore more Estus flasks for me. So it's an interesting trade-off. And as I rest here, if you can see out in the background there, no, the body disappeared, but oh, there we go. That archer is now back. All enemies reset when you sit at the bonfire. Now, I can't really understand a very good lore reason for that to happen. Other than the fact that, as we will learn probably next episode, the universe that Dark Souls resides in is a little wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, weird, to say the least. I'll catch you guys next time on Let's Play Dark Souls. Later.